certain draft that you have on your side feels so traditional.
Yes, definitely. This is gonna be a cheese strategy coming from Blacklist International, but it's still Omega that they're going against the team that somehow on their interviews they don't want to face, but the fate is given them, or rather the destiny that they have to face their greatest fear, which is Omega, and this is the time for them to prove that they could be able to win against these team.
Remember, Michael Jordan said on his inauguration speech, the last line, fear is somewhat of an imagination. It really just sets you up to your limits when it's not even your limit in the first place.
Oh.
That's not word per word, but you know what? That's really something that you really have to think about if you are Blacklist here.
It is.
If you can get over your fear, then after that, that's going to be a smooth sailing ride for you.
Exactly. Well, very well said, Butters. And together with what you said, you've already see how Blacklist is gonna be proceeding. Look at that energy shield. Almost less than a minute there. It's already been half HP, and they could be able to chip everything for this point, and that's gonna be a goal. I mean, a goal.
Yeah. And this Yujo cannot go there. Look at the pressure that they're doing here. And it doesn't even matter because two people are hitting that turret. And they will actually try and go for that engage. Eson here will be the first blood and the pressure is on. But while everything is happening, Omega cannot react that easily. Because you know what? There are still other lanes that Omega needs to look out for, especially on that Uranus and on that Hellcurt.
Yes. Is there a way that this Diggy would try to do the strategy?
I don't think so.
No way.
I don't think so.
I mean, if he actually gonna do it, that's gonna bolster Omega in terms of getting their items fast and quick, and it's something that you don't want for Blacklist as a Blacklist International. But yeah, I guess this Popol and Kuba is doing great here onto the top lane, and so does Full Quip. I mean, he's left unscathed, and he can be able to get farm, and it's only Killer.
Look at the rotation that is happening onto the top lane. They want to fight this as much as possible, and they're just controlling Kurt Daisy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the gold lane up top. Remember, the bottom lane has the scrolls on the cannons, and the gold lane has the gold on the cannons. And it is going to be first turret down onto the side here of Omega.
Yes, though there's a return kill for onto the bottom lane, Butters, is that I think it's totally worth it. I mean, Killer sacrificing himself just to get all the minion waves on down to the bottom lane for his tower not to get chipped down, or at least get the energy shield. So far, the gold lead is just minimal, like 500, but there's an ulti coming from Eson, and still he can be able to go out. Now, it's the lane has been shifting now, Butters, and
it's shifting, as we've said. Now that the turret up top is okay, the gold lane is still there. The gold buff on that certain lane is there. Uranus can get the last siege creep on that area. The last gold creep on that area. As you can see here, Killer will want that, but with this as well, Aqua will be getting the extra XP.
Yes.
Now they can take that out. Even without the shields, if that's fine.
Yes, I guess that's gonna be fine. But what's fine here is that, this might be a hard, to be honest, a hard tower to break down, since the allies could be able to shove on the minion waves here onto the bottom lane. But what's next for Blacklist? It's gonna be the turtle.
Objectives after objectives. This is a high objective take composition. It really works well for the side of Blacklist International. And look at that, death from above, Edward.
Oh wow! And here comes the item. Look at Edward here, already finishing his Clock of Destiny as early as 4 minutes into the game. Well, so does Toshi, but I guess it's gonna work well more for the Farsa, since it will be able to be very aggressive here, and Blacklist International are really forcing to take down this turret onto the bottom lane.
Yeah, Haji, the Triple H combination. They are rotating, and look at the pressure that's happening right here. It feels to me like Omega is just dancing to the music of Blacklist International.
Yes.
It's like a
The ba-
choreography.
Definitely. I mean, the ballad for Blacklist is really nice to hear right now. I mean, oh my God, Omega, they had to step it up. Well, had GC is still a thing here, ladies and gentlemen. YSS gonna still hit like a truck, definitely on mid to the late game, since Blacklist International has a very squishy type of lineup. Given that only Killer is gonna be the tanky one and none other than him. And for crowd controls, they don't have any aside from the Dark Knight Falls, and of course the ultimate coming from this Digi to disengage or engage probably. And now this might be another turret down, Mega.
And it is going to be another turret down. Look at the capability of Blacklist International to keep on going for the push. Killer here will be that fortress of power for the side of Blacklist International that enables them to do this.
Yes. What I'm thinking right now, Butters, to be honest, is if this Kritizi, or rather this Yuzhong, could be very tanky enough to be able to go into the back lanes of Blacklist, they might have a shot like canceling the feathered airstrike from Edward or even going to Aqua. But Killer, look at how nuisance he was, but full clip able to secure the turtle once again for the side of Blacklist, and this outer turret on the mid lane might actually fall once again. Blacklist International getting tower after tower for Omega and choking them for the gold, for the resources. And if this happens from time to time, I guess Omega will just starve for gold. And as well with the map control, they're really losing it quickly.
So this is a new take on playing Mobile Legends.
It is.
On Project X. This is actually a new take.
Blacklist International did prepare a lot for this game. Number one, putting out Killer right there. This is something unexpected. Number two is the way they draft. They somehow already figured it out that this is gonna be working against Omega, and they studied hard for this one.
Looking at it, they don't even have a tank. Well,
Yes.
a dedicated tank. I mean, Killer is way too tanky as well. But one of the things that Killer does is deal significant amount of damage as well. So
Yeah.
that means it's a perfect mixture of your damage reduction, and it's a mixture of getting that magic power going on your side as well.
Exactly. I mean, yes, it's gonna be a tanky Uranus, but you cannot really count him as a tank because he doesn't even have a crowd control. Yes, he do have here a stun on his dash, but just very minimal, like less than a second stun, and that's not gonna cut it for the side of Omega. But what he's actually doing right now is he can be able to give vision like this one. No one from the side of Omega would want to bring down this Uranus just because they can.
And they can do anything. When they commit on Killer, then that means you have to eat the feathered airstrike.
Exactly. And what's nice here as well for the side of Blacklist is that they do have these traps coming from Aqua that's giving them a lot of vision. They really know when and where Omega are gonna do their engagement. And from this point forward, I guess Blacklist International just waiting on to the Lord. They could be able to take it down or probably get a pickup. And yes, but Toshi still is working its way.
Let's look at Killer.
He's actually been dancing around.
Yeah, he's waiting for the right time where his regeneration is gonna come up. He goes back when he regenerated already, and he feels like that he's playing with fire there.
It is.
But while everything of this is happening, they force out Toshi to go back, and that means the lane is gonna be shown.
Yes.
Onto the bottom lane. Now, looking at the net worth here, Rob.
Yes.
Look at it. What do you see? Are there things that we need to look at here that would make this significantly a Blacklist International game at this point?
I guess we've seen that Hajisi, yes, actually has the BOT. So does Courtesy with the Bloodless Axe and as well with the Queen Swing. But aside from that, they don't. Well, Toshi do has his Clock of Destiny and Lightning Truncheon, I guess. But it's still not enough. And this is something as well for the Omega right now. They do have an execute on the Yuzhong, and he actually doesn't have any kill. This only means that he's not performing onto this game. It's because Nod is not good, because he cannot be able, or the team is really holding it because they can't find the right time, or rather the execution, to get on here on Blacklist International.
Yeah, and right now Edward has watched that MPL ID finals. He was the one who secured that that buff, that purple buff.
Yes.
Because he needs the mana.
It is. But look like Blacklist International just trying to get this one. Been spotted out by the Mountain Shocker going into the backlane heat. We're looking for an ejector, and that's gonna be Eston. He took it away, but the ultimate coming from the Digi will make them disengage. Look at Killer.
Look at Killer. He goes in and living up to his name for his namesake. Ladies and gentlemen, Killer here going 1v5. But that won't work on your favor because MOBAs don't work like that, boys.
Yes, there's no one as strong as 5-man team. Yes, you are tanky. You're one of a Uranus, but you cannot be able to hold 5 heroes here for Omega. That's slightly a miscommunication because we've seen 4 members of Blacklist International already disengaged right after the ultimate from the Digi, and it's just Killer just going on, and he actually tried to kill Hit with no avail.
I just have to put it. I just have to put this away on my side as well. If you reverse Eson, it spells nose.
Oh yes. Well, guys,
I just have to get it out of the way too.
Did you get it?
Okay.
I guess our viewers didn't even recognize that. And it's you, Butters, just
Probably.
the one who will be able to get that pun. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very low kill game. This 2 out of 3, but look at the gold gap. That's a 5,000 lead for Blacklist International. But this is where Omega shine best, late game. Their heroes are capable to scale. Definitely, Yuzhong, even Toshi, Hajisi.
I'm actually, baffled about this certain lineup that Blacklist International did. It looks like a run and gun setup. I'm not seeing the potential of this certain setup in which where they can actually win it into the late game.
Yes.
Like, there's no late game potential for me at this point. I mean, yes, Popol and Koopa is a marksman, but this is not your traditional marksman.
Indeed. And this is something to note as well for Blacklist International, that they do have this something like a ticking time bomb that they need to close the game, or at least get a pick up and get the Lord. If this just goes on, even with a 5,000 lead, they're gonna cap at around 50,000. Meaning to say, regardless, all the towers or the inner turrets here for the side of Omega has been taken down at 50,000 gold. Both of their cores already had the items that they need to pull up the late game. And all the leads that Blacklist International have right now will just vanish.
A very cheesy way to play, I have to say.
I think Omega,
ultra cheesy.
Omega definitely knows their win condition here, guys.
Yeah. They should just clear the waves. Do not let Blacklist International get everything and they want, and just try to control the game as much as possible. And there comes the Winter Truncheon. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, and that is going to be full clip, going in and taking the life of Toshi here. Toshi will go down. Courtesy going for the Black Dragon form. He can deal any more damage.
Oh my, yes, they did kill Toshi, but it was able to go away. But I guess this is going to be the best timing for Blacklist International to take down this Lord. Will this Omega, can they be able to contest this one, Butters?
This is going to be interesting on how Omega will face this head on. Because the thing Blacklist International doing right now here is they're just playing the keep away game.
Yes, the keep away game, but Toshi is not here. Again, Multi-Shocker might actually get a last hit, but Full Clip will be the one to take that
I mean,
Lord.
Mountain Shocker, even 3 of those, Retribution still is best.
Definitely. That's around 2,000 plus of damage.
Yeah.
That's 600 to 2,000. That's a range damage for Retribution. And still, I think, more guaranteed way to get the Lord at that point. But, well, there's no way for Haji to be able to get near to do his Retribution as well. Look at that. That for Esther.
Oh!
Ejector. But the damage. Look at the feathered airstrike hitting like a truck for the members of Omega. But Lord was been taken down just right before it hits the base turret here on the mid lane for Omega. Still, Blacklist is International going in the bottom lane.
And they try to poke the hell out of Heath. Heath will go down. They take down one person onto the top lane. There is a push happening with Arcanus. And right now, Omega is spread out through their base. Blacklist International. What kind of cheese is this?
Oh.
Is this Parmesan? Is this mozzarella? I don't know. This is like 4 cheese.
This is the cheese that you will never forget, Butters. It's just like the one on Christmas that you're only gonna see it once.
The cheese ball.
The cheese balls. You're never gonna see it the whole time of the year, but this is the right moment, the right timing to place it onto the table of Omega, and it's about to chew them up. I mean, look at that. They already lost all their base turrets, and they're just holding on their base right now.
And they go in. They actually use the ejector, but Killer just way too tanky. Look at this. Edward stealing so much damage at this point. They want to end this. They go straight for the base. And yes,